Hello and welcome to another match. BradleyATG here up against Rebellions. Starting off quick here with a fast expand on this map. So rushing that first worker, waiting for him to pop out of my nexus. I'm going to pull off my first guy a little bit quickly, move him off to go capture the radioactives, and the first guy going for the metals there. Well, those guys are out there. Let's take a look at our opponent, Rebellions. He is ladder rank number 1. He's played 188 games with a win ratio of 48%, most of that as substrate. Him and I, we've played 4 times and I've won each time, but he has moved up the ranks very, very quickly. I think just a couple weekends ago I was playing against him and I think he was like a 9 or 10 on the ladder and he's all the way up to 1. So he is getting quick very quickly, or getting very good very, very quickly. So quick update. Where we stand here, I had to use the Serpentine Tower to get the metals there, drop that, got my worker working around the metals. Over here on the right, I've got my worker pumping out a factory, and then we're going to go straight into a Sky factory, get a Hades up, and do some harass. This game, he is playing as PHC, and I like to do the air rush against PHC players. Right now, before the patch comes out, it's very difficult to respond to the Hades early in the game unless you've got a Constable already up or you've got an Apollo out of your warehouse that can really do a lot of damage to the economy. So that's why I pump it out. Early harass there. So we've got the factory up. Factory's starting to pump out units. Generally on the factory, I'm doing like a 2 brute, 1 archer mix, and then I'll throw in medics after I get a couple rotations of the brutes and archers out. The medics take a while to build. They seem to slow down how quickly I can capture things. So that's why I wait to build them. The medics do great though once you've got like a chunk of units of keeping
not
enough
enough metal.
Keeping the volume there. So finish the Sky Factory here. As you can see, Sky Factory is working on the Hades now. Got the armory about halfway done. This worker is going to wrap up, and I'm going to have him go straight into an orbital relay. Generally have that worker go orbital relay or the orbital fabricator. The orbital fabricator lets you build the drone bay. In this case, I'm going relay. Got the air rush out, so I'll get a little bit of a scope. Also, how quickly he's expanding on this map. I don't think we're going to meet in the middle very quickly, so I'm not going to need an early drone base. So that's why I opt to go with the early orbital relay, which will then give me quanta income. And that quanta income I can use to invest in my units and power them up or do drops once I get my fabricator up. Also helps me with the logistics cap as well. So as we can see there, bombers are up. Sending the bombers out now. Economically, I've captured 3 nodes to Rebellions 1. So I'm economically pulling ahead here. He's captured radio. Okay, there goes the second metal point we can see down there on the radio.
Insufficient
I'm starting to push out here.
radioactives.
Gonna go down to the right to capture those metal items. Should be paying attention to what my bomber is doing right now to make sure he's got no AA up there, but I am busy trying to micromanage my units down here. Finally, we remember my bomber up there. I go check him out. Luckily, there was no AA up there, so my guys are doing a lot of damage. I'll make sure that they take out. I'm trying to decide what to do. I can use him to try and take out that factory before he gets up in fury. I'm going to make sure I take out the radioactive income there again to slow down the economy. So I'll take that out, then send him over to the other metals. Hopefully I can slow him down, maybe take some out of some of the tier 1 units. I've got my own tier 2 coming up, so I'm going to start pushing for the target control point in the center. I saw that Sky Factory, so I'm going to start on a Fury myself, just in case he starts to push. Got that T1 clump of units, I'm just going to here have them start walking through the map to start capturing items for me. Got those bombers up there, they're doing whatever's going on with that metal. That guy's done. With the relay, I'm now going to drop the factory. The other thing with the relay is you can drop the amplifiers. So as I build that second worker, I can put him straight into amplifiers to start boosting my economy. So I've got some tier 2 up. I'm going to build a armory closer to the front line here. I've got my bomber up. really harassing. He's got a Fury up though, so the life of that bomber is going to be limited at this point. Knowing he has Fury, I'm going to go ahead and drop an AA. And then I'm going to amplify that center point. We've got some T1 units sitting around. I'm going to group those guys up. The guys just walking around to capture additional nodes. Just taking a look at my factor here, seeing what my mix is. Got my fabricator up. So now I'm going to have this guy go around and drop amplifiers. Getting those amplifiers is just going to help me solidify my economic lead here and help me to push into the center. So those Hades bombers did a fantastic job. So now I'm sitting at quite an economic advantage here as I get ready to put it. We have captured a generator. So now I'm just trying to line up everything economically so I can make a good push. I'm going to drop a drone bay with a repair bay behind it there just in case we have a conflict there. Back to the armory here. If we look at points here, economically, I'm around, looks like twice
we need more logistics.
What Rebellions has at this point. It's really tough to recover once the Hades bombers have been in there and have taken a substantial bite out of your economy. Just checking in on my units here. They're still pushing along. Getting another worker to come back here and fill out the metal extractors, build some amplifiers, some AA defenses. Again, just looking to solidify my fleet here. Grouping up my units. I probably should have. I would like to have a bigger.
Not enough metal.
Point in time. I do not. Look at getting my rally points all set up, grouping up my units, just having everyone getting ready for the push there. Economically, we can see I am starving for metal right now. I'm building those amplifiers, a lot of construction going on, which is slowing down. Probably an optimal way to look at it, but as those amplifiers go down, you can see it resets, and then I'm positive on metal income. So when your income goes negative, everything just slows down in terms of building. That's why you want to try and keep it in the positive, but you do not want to be sitting on a large balance of resources. You want to get as quickly as it can come in. So right now I've got an imbalance. You can see I'm full of radioactives, but I'm only gaining a few metal per turn and fluctuating between positive and negative there. So seeing that, I'm just trying to build amplifiers, other things to sort of flush out that metal income, and that'll help me make a bigger push forward. Ran into a couple units here. Looks like all T1. So I've got some Dinas in my mix there. The Artemis artillery as well. That's going to do a pretty good job of eating through there. And then I also have some Fury bombers. Without this support, AA support, I think those are going to do well. So he's able to push through that. I'm going to try and save those Artemis, pull them back. I've got sort of this clumpy units back here that then I'll regroup up and use to push forward with. I'm not worried about losing the center here with the drone bay, the T1 will be able to push through. So I'm sitting in a good position here. Economically, I'm going to be significantly ahead at this point. It's going to be very difficult for him to come back from a radioactive perspective. Only got he's got only the one radioactive.
The enemy has captured a region.
I'm going to start pushing my units forward here. Just going to try and capture, start pushing towards the base at this time. It was massing Furies in the back there. Forgot about them, so I have this big mass of Furies, so I'm just going to send them in to go to harass the base in the back. It doesn't look like there's any A on that node. This chunk should have no problem taking it. Looking at this matchup, I think this is going to be it for him. With that big mass of Furies, I don't think there's A sitting back there. It's going to be the end. As always, guys, if you like this video, please subscribe down on the right, and then play this videos on the left. Catch you on the next.